Hi, I'm Nicole, and this is my trusty sidekick, Uli. Today we're going to cover how to train the next tone on your SpotOn virtual smart fence collar. Once your dog understands that the first tone, the alert tone, means that he needs to move back to the center of the yard, it's time to proof your boundary. We do this by introducing a new tone, the warning tone. The warning tone tells your dog that he has reached the end of the line and that he should stop moving forward. It has a harsh sound relative to the alert tone, so it helps communicate to your dog that he needs to slow down. If your dog continues to move past the warning tone, he will feel a static collar correction approximately 1.5 meters past the point where he triggered the warning tone. It is important that your dog is ready for this step and that the correction level is set low to begin with. Going too fast can result in a dog who has trouble completing the training program or becomes fearful or anxious. For this exercise, we're going to swap our regular leash for a long leash. This leash should be between 15 and 30 feet in length. Turn the collar correction to level 1, and just like you did before, move toward each flag in your perimeter, allowing your dog to trigger the alert tone. Standing close to the white home base target that you've staked into the center of your yard, allow the dog to wander about. If your dog triggers the alert tone and turns to come back to the center of the perimeter, praise them and offer them a reward for making the right decision. If your dog does not respond to the alert tone and chooses to wander far enough to trigger the warning tone, do not correct him. Instead, allow him to move into the static correction zone. If he feels the collar correction and then moves back to the center of the virtual fence boundary, he will trigger the alert tone. That's the tone that tells him he's doing the right thing. Praise him, prompt him to touch the target, and reward with a great treat. If you suspect that your dog did not feel the collar correction because he had wandered out of the perimeter a few times, turn the correction level up by 1 and try this exercise again. It may take a few repetitions of turning the collar up in order to find the correct level of simulation that your dog works to. As much as you're tempted, don't skip levels in an attempt to move faster. If you notice that your dog freezes, acts anxiously, or yelps, lower the correction level by 1. If you need a refresher on setting the right level, see our video, The Use of Static Correction. Even though it may be tempting, do not take the leash off of your dog just yet. In the next step, we'll begin playing around with the drop-down clipped leash. But for right now, keep the leash on to teach him that the correct response to feeling the collar correction is to run back into the virtual smart fence area. If you're rocking and rolling and your dog stays where you want him to, it's time to level up. Since life is filled with tempting distractions like neighborhood children to play with and squirrels to chase, we want to set up a training session for your dog to practice impulse control. With your dog on a long leash, ask a friend to walk to the outside of the fence perimeter with their dog or ride a bike along the fence perimeter. If your dog tries to investigate but stops and moves back within the virtual fence perimeter when he hears the alert tone, praise him and give him a treat when he touches the target. However, if your dog ignores the alert tone and moves past the warning tone, he will receive a static correction. Make sure to remind him verbally or with a hand signal to move back to the center of the fence area and touch the target. Reward him, even though it may seem counterintuitive since he just moved out of the fence boundary. At this point, you should still have the leash on your dog. That's to direct him back to you and prevent him from trying to outrun the correction and leave the fence area. Congratulations, you've made so much progress. While we're sure that all of the hard work is paying off in regards to your fence training, we hope that you're also seeing a difference in your dog's overall behavior. And most importantly, you're on your way to keeping your dog safe, at home, and on the go. Thanks for taking the time today. I hope that you found this helpful, and Uli and I wish you many happy hours out in the yard.